and welcome to Virtual Storytime. My name is Miss Liz and I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Before we begin our first story, let's sing our opening song, We Clap and Sing Hello. You ready? Here we go. We clap and sing hello, we clap and sing hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and sing hello. Nice. Our first story is about a dinosaur. There she is. She's wearing a pearl necklace and hat and carrying a purse. Do you think this is going to be a serious story or a silly one? I'm thinking silly. Edwina, the dinosaur, who didn't know she was extinct. Dinosaurs are extinct, you know, right? That's why we don't see any more of them. Well, I wonder what they're going to do with this. Edwina, the dinosaur, who didn't know she was extinct. Words and pictures by Willems. And we're reading it today through the kind permission of Hyperion Books for Children. Here's Edwina. Does she look extinct? Are there dinosaurs still around? Is that funny? Here we go. Everyone in town knew Edwina. She was the dinosaur who played with the neighborhood kids. She was the dinosaur who did favors for anyone who asked. Look there. They're using her as a slide. Would you like a dinosaur slide? And look here. She's changing light bulbs. Edwina helped the little old ladies cross the street, and she baked chocolate chip cookies for everyone. Everybody loved Edwina, except Reginald von Hoobie-Dooby. Look there. Edwina and a group of children are dancing in a circle. And Reginald von Hoobie-Dooby is walking away. Does he look happy? I don't think he looks happy at all. Reginald knew just about everything about just about everything. He liked to give reports in class about all the things he knew. Today, he was going to talk about things that are extinct, specifically dinosaurs. And here it says, dinosaurs, totally extinct. A report by Reginald von Hoobie-Dooby. But as soon as Reginald started, Beth McFeeder asked, "What about Edwina? She's a dinosaur." Then Tommy Britcher said, "Yeah, Edwina can't be extinct. She bakes chocolate chip cookies for us." And then Ms. Mink added, "Maybe Edwina is baking chocolate chip cookies right now." Before he knew it, everyone except Reginald was outside eating cookies. Look at that! Edwina's smiling. She's happy. And look at how much fun the kids are having with the cookies. And look at poor Reginald, all alone. No one listens to me with that dinosaur around, thought Reginald. Well, tomorrow I'll prove to the whole town that dinosaurs really are extinct, and poof, Edwina will disappear. The next morning, Reginald handed out flyers that made excellent arguments about how extinct dinosaurs are. They also made excellent hats. Look at that. Are people reading his flyers? Are they listening? When the flyers didn't work, Reginald tried protesting. Here's Edwina buying an ice cream cone, and Reginald is holding up a sign that says this is not happening. When protesting didn't work, he tried everything he could think of. He's hitting a gong, he's playing music, he's dancing. But no one listened. Finally, Reginald broke down and cried. "Why won't anyone listen to me?" he sobbed. "I'll listen to you," said a voice from behind him. Look who it is. It's Edwina. Reginald took Edwina to his classroom. Inside, Edwina listened as Reginald told her the truth about dinosaurs. He was persuasive. He was expressive. He was loud. He was very convincing. Look at Edwina now. Does she look happy? No, I don't think so. Edwina was shocked. When he was done, Reginald felt fantastic. Look at that big grin. No one had ever listened to him so well for so long. Everything Reginald had said made sense. There was no doubt about it in Edwina's mind. She knew she was extinct. She just didn't care. Look at that. She burst straight through the wall. Look at that smile. Look how happy. She didn't care. And by then, neither did Reginald von Hooby-Dooby. Look how happy. Look at that. She's baking cookies. The end. Well, that was a fun dinosaur story. I think we can do something else with dinosaurs. Let's see. Here's a big bed. And here are some dinosaurs who can jump on the bed. Can you count them with me as I put them out? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can we hold up 5 fingers and pretend we all have 5 big dinosaurs to jump on the bed? Can we name the dinosaurs? T-Rex, Pteranodon, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and this one is hard. This is Dimetrodon. You ready? Here we go. 5 big dinosaurs jumping on the bed. Dimetrodon fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more dinosaurs jumping on the bed." How many dinosaurs are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dinosaurs. You ready? 4 big dinosaurs jumping on the bed. Triceratops fell off and bumped her head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more dinosaurs jumping on the bed." How many dinosaurs are left? 1, 2, 3. Ready? Here we go. 3 big dinosaurs jumping on the bed. Stegosaurus fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more dinosaurs jumping on the bed." How many dinosaurs are left? 1, 2. You ready? Here we go. 2 big dinosaurs jumping on the bed. Pteranodon fell off and bumped her head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more dinosaurs jumping on the bed." How many dinosaurs are left? I think just 1. You ready? Here we go. 1 big dinosaur jumping on the bed. T-Rex fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more dinosaurs jumping on the bed." Look at that. I think we're out of dinosaurs. We better move on to our last story. Our last story is another fun book for counting. We get to count right along with the story as we read it. This is Click, Clack, Splish, Splash, A Counting Adventure by Doreen, Cronin, and Betsy Lewin. And we're reading it today through the kind permission of Atheneum Books for Young Readers. Well, let's see what's happening. Click, clack, splish, splash. There's a farmer feeding his fish. Can you see that? He's got a lot of fish there in a tiny little tank. Oh, here's some fish and here's duck. This is going to be a fun one, I can tell. Click, clack, splish, splash, a counting adventure. Okay, what do we have here? We've got the farmer on the couch. Here's the tiny tank with a lot of little fish. And here's duck. Ready to start counting? Here we go. 1 farmer sleeping, 2 feet creeping, 3 buckets piled high, 4 chickens standing by. Can we count the chickens together? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cows type a note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 goats load the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder what they're up to. Here's some more animals. 7 pigs lead the way. 8 sheep decide to stay. Can we count the pigs and the sheep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 mice leave a note on the door, and the note says, "Gone fishing." All the animals go to the shore. Look at all those animals. We've got chickens and mice and cows and pigs and goats. What do you think? Should we count all the animals? Maybe next time? Ten buckets lined up in a row. 10 fish ready to go. It looks like there's 1 fish in each bucket. Let's count them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look at that. They're dumping the buckets into the water. They're sending the fish back home. Look at those smiling fish. We're going to count backward as all the fish leave. You ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One sleepy farmer rubs his eyes and wakes up to a fishy surprise. Look at that. The fish aren't in the tank anymore. They've all gone home. The end. Thank you so much for joining me for the stories. We're going to end with our closing song, We Wave Goodbye Like This. Here we go. We wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this. To all our friends at Storytime, we wave goodbye like this. Bye everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time.